So Roy's company, Fabriik, is a newer player in the fintech space. So what I'm going to do today is just have a conversation with him where he's going to explain what they do, their relationship to the BSV ecosystem, and how some of you in the companies you're involved with might engage with them. So Roy, tell us, what is Fabriik?
Sure. So
and it's spelled Fabriik, by the way, because they're very fancy up in Toronto, Canada. Sometimes we call it Fabriik, and sometimes it's Fabriik. But how do you pronounce it, Roy?
It all depends who I'm speaking to. And I joke around with people and I say, it doesn't matter how you pronounce it, as long as you pronounce it. So Fabriik or Fabriik or Fabriik, depending on where you are in the world, all works. It's a global business, so we want to work in so many different ways. But I tend to like to use Fabriik a lot. So
that's the French-Canadian version, right?
That's right. Yeah, Fabriik. Yeah.
All right. What exactly is Fabriik?
Fabriik is a global financial services firm, a digital financial services firm, and we focus on several core business areas as one unique and complete liquidity ecosystem, from custodial services, multi-asset custodial services, to exchange services, to smart wallet services, to tokenization, and even NFT services, and a lot of that back-end technology, in addition to our markets business, which does a lot of trading and API work. And we like to say it this way, at Fabriik, we're evolving the very fabric of the global financial system for the billions locked out and the billions locked in. And we do that by weaving together what we consider to be a better future of finance on top of blockchain technology, and making use of really a lot of BSV technology, to be honest, so that everybody can thrive and everyone's included. And we hope to do that in a safe, open, and fully transparent way.
So I know your company supports trading and services with multiple coins, including BTC, Ethereum, and some of the other main coins. But can you tell us more specifically how you're using the BSV blockchain to actually achieve some of the vision you've discussed?
Sure, for sure. So, we're actually using it throughout many of the different areas in the organization. And at its core, we basically, to give a quick history piece, we went back and we looked at many different blockchains and many different technologies, and said, if we are going to create a financial services platform and financial services for as many people in the world as possible, how can we do that in a way that's safe and secure, that's scalable, that's quick, and and can actually do it in a cost-effective way? And blockchain is a wonderful technology base, but we didn't find any other tool set and any other core infrastructure that allowed us to do it at a cost-effective and scalable way. So what we've done is we've actually incorporated it in some basic forms in terms of audits and auditability, writing data and information to the blockchain so that it's a secure, stored ledger system. On top of that, though, we've used it for more advanced products. So on the custodial side, we use it as a way of taking assets in from other blockchains, for example, wrapping them, storing them as tokenized assets on the BSV blockchain, and then allowing the tokenized representation of those assets to be traded or bought or sold. We also use it, again, for the tokenization platform. We use it for our base wallet system, and our exchange platform is migrating into a hybrid model that will allow people to transact on a BSV infrastructure at better prices and more scalable speeds.
Let's dig in on that last point. You mentioned that you are migrating your exchange platform to be using BSV more as infrastructure. Is that for the trades? Is it for settlement? Can you give us some detail on that?
Sure. So yeah, so the migration is with a focus specifically to the settlement side of things. So we feel that a good exchange should be a hybrid exchange. So we have a centralized order book that we use, or centralized order book technology that we've licensed from NASDAQ. And we use that because it's tried, tested, and true. Regulators are friendly and they understand it. And as much as it would be nice to move into a fully decentralized environment, we want to put ourselves in a place where institutions and other businesses and traders and regulators understand what we're doing and feel comfortable with what we're doing. So the core and center is that order book, but the ability to take your wallet and dock it with the exchange so that your assets remain in self-custody with you, or with a custodian that you trust. You can take that wallet, you can dock it into the exchange, you can trade your assets through an order book with others, and then when we settle the trade, we can settle it back to your wallet.
Got it. And how will using BSV reduce the cost or speed compared to your legacy system?
The reality is that centralization, basically, there's still a data storage layer. There's still services that communicate and transact and move money around. And there's a cost to that. A lot of people forget that databases have a cost to sharding those databases, hosting those databases, ensuring that there's redundancy and high availability, very expensive things to do that we can offset to miners and transaction processors on the network. And we can do that in a way that's decentralized. Like the BSV network as a backend infrastructure for data is already highly available. It's already redundant. It's wonderful in terms of disaster recovery, self-healing. It's quite a fantastic backend infrastructure. So we can actually save costs by just migrating to that environment if you take into account the entire picture. So that's one of the biggest pieces for us.
I've heard you talk in the past about your vision with Fabriik to have a tokenized everything world potentially. Can you describe for us what your vision of that is and how your company seeks to enable it?
Sure, glad to. So we basically see the world shifting into a digital first environment. We see this even with children playing with, moving from playing with physical trading cards and physical objects, and even their own characteristics and the way that they identify themselves shifting into the digital realm, where they're buying skins in video games, they're doing things online, they're communicating, and it's becoming a much more immersive digital first world. Even the way we do banking, the way we see and trade our money, most of us do that digitally through cards. Most of us buy stocks and commodities. We're not taking gold bars and physically putting them in our basement or cash under our mattress. We're living and breathing in a digital world. So we believe in a financial system where we can take every single asset on the planet and effectively tokenize it. And if we can tokenize it and provide people with secure and safe custodial services or secure and safe self-custodial technologies, that it'll be an environment that they can work with. And very specifically, we believe that the fungibility between different assets across the planet, if I want to trade a Fortnite skin, or for example, let's say I'm playing crypto fights and I win something cool in crypto fights, I want to take that crypto fight NFT and I want to be able to exchange that for, BSV to be able to go and buy pizza at a pizza store. And I want to be able to do all those things. And if they're all tokenized and they're all in the same digital sphere, then we can do that. The world can move much quicker.
So you mentioned NFTs. Anything you can tell us about Fabriik's plans in the NFT space?
So I'm always poked and prodded about this. All I can say is that it's progressing very fast and it's very exciting. We have some amazing partnerships with some amazing people, athletes and celebrities that we're excited to be able to bring to the market. What I can say is that we have a view, people will get their first peek at it at CoinGeek in New York. And we're excited to be able to open the curtain a little bit over there. And I'll also say that our methodology on that is we have a wonderful tokenization platform, and we're here to help and support some amazing projects that are out there. We've seen projects like TokenPow and others that really neat. We're happy to support the user community generated NFT content. We're focusing specifically on more exclusive and curated NFT content through some of the relationships that we have to help bring some really cool things into the blockchain space that will live and breathe in the BSV universe.
Yeah, so Roy's being coy because I've asked companies like his who are speaking at CoinGeek New York to save their big announcements for that. So to find out, you'll have to register or attend in person at coingeekconference.com, October 5th through 7th. So Roy, so obviously from your exchange perspective, you want to support the trading and availability of tokens. What can people in this room who are watching do if they want to be having their tokens available on Fabriik?
Oh, fair enough. So right now, if you have a token that you've minted or created on many different partner sites or on through the Money Button APIs and platform, you can do peer-to-peer trading with other Money Button users with the tokens that you have accessible to you. We do have our Fabriik exchange that's up and live and running that people can sign up for right now. You can do that through going to fabriik.com and just following the links. The exchange that's up and running right now is a licensed and regulated exchange that does crypto to crypto transactions. So you can bring in any cryptocurrencies that you may have, you can trade them and on and off ramp them.
Okay, fantastic. So next, I'm going to introduce to the stage Elizabeth White, who's the founder of a project called bsave.io.
So I guess I can talk about why I think I'm on this panel. Because during our time at the White Company, which some of you may know from our CoinGeek presentations, is we built White Wallet with fiat off-ramps to MasterCard and Visa prepaid cards, major retailers, and fiat. We built stablecoins already on Ethereum and Stellar. We developed and built a product for DocuSign escrow system, which actually came from a funny meeting with our VC Center Ventures, which then in turn actually had us anchor or tokenize other assets on, at the time it was the Stellar protocol because BSV was not available. So there's a long way to get around to needing scalability. That's what we found by developing this project. We work closely with MasterCard and MasterCard Labs and their private blockchain, as well as recently we did campaign financing for political donations that was FEC compliant and approved. So we work with politicians and super PACs on that, which then created the transparency for charitable donations. So we try to relocate our technology to new applications all the time. Also, then I'm going to talk about bsave, which is our new DeFi product, which we're really actually excited about because we think that BSV is the only way we can actually scale this. I want to talk about how we've actually already decentralized and built the M1 money supply as digital cash. That's already available. We're already at that level. Bitcoin Core is a good example of M1, circulating supply of cash. So the next logical step in the financial revolution is decentralizing M2. M2 money supply, if we're just talking in the US, is about $20 trillion right now. So M2, if
what is M2?
Yeah.
For those of us who may
M2,
not be
if you
familiar.
aren't as familiar, is other liquid assets, CDs, certificates, checking accounts that is not circulating money. So
things that Tether is backed by.
I mean, true. It could be anything that's technically liquid, I guess, at this point. But so we did a calculation, and just to let you know, we thought about, well, where could this actually go? Where could M2 actually be held? If you look at $20 trillion on Ethereum, it would take 30,000 years to get through 20,000, or sorry, this is why I have notes. Okay. $20 trillion, and we're looking at 30,000 years to get through 20,000.
$20 trillion.
Oh my gosh, sorry. This is why.
Yeah.
Somebody help me out here. Okay.
30,000 years to get through $20 trillion of M2 money if it was processed through the Ethereum network.
Correct. Which we would not have that issue if we were running on the BSV network. All right. Let's move on then. And then we have why BSV is for M2, and then why BSV is for bsave, our DeFi. We need size and scale of blocks. We need the speed, because the more transactions you have, the more speed you need. We also have a security issue. And again, going back to Ethereum, we don't really believe in proof of stake being secure. We really like the BSV network for the security that we need. Also, you can't be really building a DeFi protocol if you're limited by size or scalability and security. So the BSave product we have is it's in pre-launch phase. We're in live beta with about 1,000 users, and currently you can earn 5.15% on your BSV, and we are lending, borrowing, and working with other integrating closely with other ecosystem BSV people to, move forward with what we're actually going to launch at CoinGeek.
Okay, fantastic. So is this available for people who want to try this in this room?
It is.
Or do they have to call you and get into your beta?
No, actually, it is open. You can log on and sign on at bsave.io. We do have a lot of users that have tested in and out. We have a lot of flow for people who want to short Bitcoin Core because just
we would never encourage that, Elizabeth.
I know, but we actually had a lot of people either lever up or take fiat loans against their BSV as well.
Yeah, so this is for people who, if you're sitting on, a store of BSV, you might be using it for some of these daily applications, but you don't want to trade or spend it or your bigger tranche, because like a lot of people in this room, you probably believe it's undervalued now, it should go up in value. So this is a way to get some liquidity from it for your fiat needs.
Right, and with a loan to value, it can scale at an easy rate, and you can see if you can borrow more or you need to give back more BSV to our.
What interest rates do you pay generally?
5.15%.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's actually one of the higher ones for retail.
Fantastic, interesting. All right. Thank you, Elizabeth, for explaining that. Sit here. We're gonna